Coming up on this edition of iState News, check out the Animal Rescue League facility in Des Moines and meet a few dedicated volunteers. And visit a local gallery working to keep the arts alive here in Ames. With Nicole Gustafson and Johnny Gendrich, Nikki Kearns with weather, and Jesse Kaler with sports. iState News starts now.
Welcome to the March 8th edition of iState News. I'm Nicole Gustafson.
And I'm Johnny Gendrich.
Do you miss your pets back home? Mackenzie Vogt and I have the details on how you can get your cuddly animal fix while helping the community.
The Animal Rescue League of Iowa is the state's largest nonprofit animal shelter. It has been helping rescue animals since 1926.
In 2010, the ARL took in over 20,000 animals like this one.
The ARL's Human Education Coordinator says they're using education to address the reasons animals end up in shelters in the first place.
We have a wide variety of children that come through. We have 4-H groups, Girl Scout groups. We have classes come from special ed to regular education that come through. We have a lot of different, the Boys and Girls Club. We're starting to work with Big Brothers and Big Sisters of America. Pretty much any group that's interested in coming for a tour. I have had Iowa State students come down, pre-vet students come down, kind of tour the facility and see what some of the jobs are as far as at a animal shelter. So just any wide range of from about 4 on up through college. So when kids come in, I want to make sure that it's not I get to pet the puppy, I get to pet the kitty. Not that they don't get a little bit of hands-on, make sure that they understand a pet's a permanent commitment, the big responsibility in owning a pet, the importance of spaying and neutering. A lot of kids have never heard of spaying and neutering, so we do a lot of classroom activities to reinforce too many pets coming in. The importance of microchipping, name tags, collars, leashes, fences, keeping your pet safe. We get a huge amount of strays in that are not marked. So the goal really is when they come here is that they learn a little bit that we have hundreds of animals and that everyone needs to be responsible in owning a pet.
The Animal Rescue League relies heavily on volunteers from the community to take care of basic needs for the animals.
It's about a 45-minute training program in order to work with the different animals so that you know basically how to play with them, basically more how to read the animals, and how to feed them, where their toys are, just basically how to maintain them and keep them happy, and also then how to get them to a hug room or a place where a customer can meet with them and work on the adoption process. And so I told my daughter I would do it with her, and actually now it's kind of become my passion also.
For iState News with Mackenzie Vogt, I'm Nicole Gustafson.
For more information on how you can volunteer or donate, visit arl-iowa.org.
An Iowa school for severely disabled children is facing financial difficulties that may cause it to close. The Grand Wood Special Education Facility in Woodward, Iowa has 39 students. The school superintendent says a change in state funding is the cause of the financial hardship and that Grand Wood needs state aid in order to stay open. However, Iowa Education Department Deputy Director Jeff Berger believes the school can survive on a reduced budget. School officials hope to meet with state leaders in education soon.
State legislation passed by the Iowa House on Wednesday will provide a cost break to entrepreneurs in Iowa. This measure is called Start a Business Month and could save new businesses up to $100 during their initial licensing with the state. Start a Business Month would likely be in July or another time that is commonly a slow month for business incorporation. The legislation will cost the state of Iowa $56,000 in its first year.
A proposal that would allow MidAmerican Energy to start building a nuclear power plant has failed. The Commerce Committee has scheduled to take a look at the proposal, but the meeting was canceled before the meeting started. Environmental groups and others are trying to fight the plan, but the meeting has been rescheduled for next week to see if the plan has enough votes to move forward.
A deputy who was fired in 2010 has gotten his job back. Daniel Minton from Sioux City, Iowa, filed a lawsuit that said he was wrongfully fired for a testimony offer. In December, a federal judge ruled that Sheriff Douglas Weber had fired Minton for telling Emily Dorr that he would testify against the sheriff. Dorr's father and brother said that Weber had wrongfully denied them gun permits. The judge ruled that Minton's offer to testify was protected speech and that firing him violated Minton's First Amendment rights.
Is art a part of your life? If not, it can be thanks to a gallery right here in the heart of Ames. Jen Hakey, Alyssa Weiss, and Katie Longnecker take us inside.
Any community is made richer with the presence of art. That's why in 1966, Veronica Rudenberg, Priscilla Sage, and Martha Benson created the Octagon Center for the Arts in a historic octagonal house in the heart of Ames. The center was welcomed into the community with open arms and provided classes, puppet shows, and exhibitions. It quickly outgrew the house and moved to downtown Ames, where it remains today. The name now not only represents its original home, but the many sides of art the Octagon Center stands for. For 4 decades, the Octagon Center for the Arts has showcased the work of both local artists and touring exhibits alike in the Sweeney and Main galleries located on the 3rd floor. The community is also able to visit the galleries free of charge and browse the gallery shop downstairs for the chance to purchase their own piece of local Iowa art. One of the main goals of the Octagon Center for the Art is to educate both young and old members of the community of the importance of art and to inspire individuals to make art a part of their lives.
We offer a full range of classes and workshops and camps for those no-school days, and also summer camps, classes for children and adults.
Whether it's ceramics, drawing, clay molding, or dance, members of the community can join any of the 200 classes offered at the center every year. Outreach programs work with artists and the community to create memorable experiences for everyone who visits the Octagon for generations to come.
Try to outreach to not only community organizations that help enrich the arts, but also with lots of students, with schools, with the university. So we really try to compile a sense of community as well as collaboration with our art center.
For ISU TV, I'm Jen Hakey with Katie Longnecker and Alyssa Weiss.
A full list of art classes can be found on the Octagon Gallery's website.
A man charged with murder for hire will be tried in Clark County instead of Marion County. Michael Miller's trial will begin March 20th. He is accused of hiring his co-worker, Terry Cobbins Jr., to kill his wife. Miller's defense team proposed the trial movement after Cobbins Jr. was found guilty of first-degree murder.
A potentially dangerous situation ended well for the residents of Albia, Iowa. A roof of a building in downtown Albia collapsed Thursday morning, but luckily no one was injured. Unfortunately, for some owners of surrounding buildings, bricks and other roof materials have started falling off and causing damage to other structures. The cause of the collapse is still unknown.
Coming up after the break, find out why technology might be acting up today and what a Michigan woman is doing with her lottery winnings.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching iState News.
This log. Yeah. Whoa! I like the big black ones. I like the brown wiggly ones.
I like the green crunchy ones myself.
Whoa.
Get out and explore nature. There's surprises everywhere. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Anyone up for dessert?
Today, we gather to recognize the selfless decision of one of the most influential women of our time. The woman who, after having one too many drinks, chose not to drive home buzzed. Here today to honor Rachel is the family whose lives she spared.
disaster strikes without warning? What if life as you know it has completely turned on its head? What if everything familiar becomes anything but? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed today. Learn how at ready.gov.
The 30-minute documentary Kony 2012 has gone viral. A charity called Invisible Children created the video, and they are aiming to bring down the leader of a cult-like rebel army in Africa called Joseph Kony. Invisible Children wants Kony to face trial in an international court on charges of using children as soldiers and other human rights crimes in Uganda. The video spread on social media on Wednesday, with many celebrities tweeting and posting a link to the video on Facebook. Iowa State students have organized an event on April 20th to raise awareness by printing out posters to put on campus.
Earth might be facing a worldwide technological disturbance today. The biggest solar flare in 6 years is racing towards Earth. Its arrival could affect power grids, airplane routes, and satellite navigation systems. The storm is being flung from the sun at about 4.5 million miles per hour. NASA stated that the sun is on its 11-year cycle of solar activity with expected peaks next year.
A man in Omaha, Nebraska is in critical condition after his house exploded. Firefighters were called to the home early Wednesday afternoon and found a man, woman, and child already outside. Brad Van Zago's neighbors said the explosion threw him from his house. Van Zago has lost a hand and suffered other serious injuries. Officials say the cause of the explosion was a natural gas leak, and the incident is still under investigation.
After an embarrassing leak of FBI footage, authorities arrested several internet hackers that were thought to be involved. The hackers, part of the anonymous movement, were focused on FBI databases and have also been a part of the WikiLeaks. The director of the FBI, Robert Mueller III, warned that future terrorists might use this hacking method to attack the United States and that cyber attacks could potentially be devastating to businesses and corporations. Federal prosecutors in New York arrested the leading hacker and 5 other additional people.
Sunday marks the 1-year anniversary of the massive 9.0 earthquake and tsunami that struck Japan. Ceremonies are being held this week to remember those killed last year. The country is still recovering from the destruction of the quake and the unexpected tsunami that followed, which led to a nuclear disaster. The disaster left damages to the country's people and the economy, which left 320,000 people homeless. Efforts are still being made to restore the country and put people back into homes.
The U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton will meet with Russian Foreign Minister next week to discuss the ongoing turmoil in Syria. The United States and Russia have had strong disagreements about how to handle Syrian violence. Earlier this year, Russia and China vetoed a UN Security Council resolution which could have condemned the Syrian government. Clinton called the move, quote, just despicable, end quote.
Yesterday was the release of Apple's new iPad. The new iPad is slightly heavier and thicker than the previous generation and also has a higher definition screen. Sales from last year's iPad topped about $9.15 billion and is expected to climb with the release of the new version. The price is set at $499 and will go on sale March 16th.
2 young children have been found living in an abandoned school bus near Houston. Officials found the children, ages 11 and 5, sleeping inside the bus early Wednesday morning. The bus appeared to have electricity, air conditioning, and bunk beds, but no sign of the children's parents. Police believe the parents are in prison for embezzling money from Hurricane Ike victims. The children have been taken into custody by Texas Child Protective Services, and investigations are underway.
A 1-year-old baby in Missouri is safe after a car accident, but her family is still shaken up. Cindy Wells was driving her granddaughter in her SUV when another vehicle hit them, and the car seat was ejected with the baby inside. Wells wasn't sure how the seat became unsecured, but speculated that pressure on the seatbelt from the accident may have caused the lock to disengage.
As 4G wireless phones are up and coming, a new industry analysis shows it won't be enough. By 2020, analysts say that cellular traffic will be clogged and will need improvements. 5G will be more about intelligent networks and will be able to handle billions of intertwined devices while working efficiently. A date has not been set for when 5G standards will be put to the test.
One winner of the Michigan lottery made headlines after she continued to receive food assistance money, but that has come to an end. Amanda Clayton used her $1 million prize to buy a new house, but did not report her change in income to the state. Clayton was asked if she thought she had a right to public assistance money, and she said, quote, "I kind of do. I have no income and I have bills to pay. I have 2 houses," end quote.
Medical science has brought hope to transplant patients. Early testing in U.S. hospitals has shown that an injection of stem cells given alongside a kidney transplant could remove the need for a lifetime of drugs. The first surgeries to test this procedure have been successful on a small number of patients. The drugs used now prevent organ rejection, but increase the high risk of blood pressure, diabetes, and serious infection. The technique might improve the lives of those receiving other organs.
And now we have Nikki at the desk with us. What does the weekend have in store?
Looks like it's going to be a nice start to your spring break if you're staying around here, or nice travel plans if you have plans to drive or fly out. I have the rest of the forecast for you right after the break. Stay tuned.
The magical thing about using energy wisely is that anyone can do it. Turn off lights. Use energy-saving light bulbs. And turn off computers and game systems when not in use. Make a change and we can really fly. Grab a grown-up and go online to energy.gov/kids.
ISU TV is a student-run television station that provides student-generated content for Mediacom Channel 18. Production and filming of shows takes place at Studio B in the Communications Building. Shows range from news, sports, comedy, weather, to talk show formats.
There's so many different things outside of just journalism and broadcasting that you can do it at ISU TV. If you want to be a writer, you can write. If you want to be on TV, you can do that. You work with equipment. If you want to do anything as far as multimedia is related, you have so many different options.
Anytime during the semester, they're welcome to get involved with any of the shows that ISU TV puts on air, and they're going to get trained by their peers. If they don't feel comfortable doing that, they can take any of our classes, writing classes, production classes. They can do packages and do the entire thing from A to Z.
To find out how you can get involved with ISU TV, visit our website at isutv.stuorg.iastate.edu.
Hi, I'm Nikki Kearns, back with your weather. Today in Ames we have 41 degrees and it's cloudy and windy outside. Northeast winds at 15 to 20 miles an hour right now. Around the state we have Storm Lake at 36, Ames at 40, Pella up at 51, and Quad Cities at a nice 56 right now. Tonight's forecast is going to be mostly cloudy. Wind again high at northwest. The northwest winds from 15 to 20 miles an hour, and at 28 degrees tonight. Tomorrow, breezy again like it was today. Northwest winds again 15 to 20 miles an hour, but it should warm up to a nice 47 degrees. Midnight, it's going to be 33, cloudy again tonight. 8 a.m. if you start your spring break plans a little early or just getting up for class, it should be a mild 32. Winds dipping down back to 10. And then it should warm up by 3 p.m. In the afternoon. If hopefully your spring break plans are already made, 45 degrees and again a little windy tomorrow afternoon. Extended forecast for you, 46 today, again 28 overnight, 49 degrees tomorrow warming up to start your spring break, and 31 overnight. Saturday, we have 53 degrees. Don't forget to set your clocks forward on Saturday night. It's going to be nice in the day and a little warmer at night than we've been seeing at 38 degrees. Sunday, nice again, 53, an overnight of 39. And on Monday, your spring break should warm up to start the week at 60 degrees. So it looks like we're going to have a nice weekend, and to start your break with, whether you're traveling or getting out or staying here, should be pretty nice for you.
Thanks, Nikki. Sounds like it's going to be a beautiful spring break. Stay tuned for sports with Jesse Kaler.
ISU TV is a student-run television station that provides student-generated content for Mediacom Channel 18. Production and filming of shows takes place at Studio B in the Communications Building. Shows range from news, sports, comedy, weather, to talk show formats.
There's so many different things outside of just journalism and broadcasting that you can do at ISU TV. If you want to be a writer, you can write. If you want to be on TV, you can do that. We work with equipment. If you want to do anything as far as multimedia is related, you have so many different options.
Anytime during the semester, they're welcome to get involved with any of the shows that ISU TV puts on air, and they're going to get trained by their peers. If they don't feel comfortable doing that, they can take any of our classes, writing classes, production classes. They can do packages and do the entire thing from A to Z.
To find out how you can get involved with ISU TV, visit our website at isutv.stu.org.iastate.edu.
For more simple ways to fight the flu, visit www.flu.gov.
Welcome back to iState News. I'm Jesse Kaler with sports. The Iowa State women's basketball team gave it everything they had earlier today, but the Twister sisters fell to Kansas State 67-63 in their Big 12 quarterfinal game. The Cyclones trailed 33-29 at halftime, but came out with energy in the second half, tying the game up midway. The teams went back and forth trading buckets, but the Cyclones came up just short. Senior Lauren Mansfield and freshman Nikki Moody combined to score 42 points, each scoring 21 points. Kansas State senior forward Jelana Childs led the way for the Wildcats, scoring 31 points and grabbing 10 rebounds. Iowa State's leading scorer this season, Chelsea Poppins, was held to 7 points and only 5 rebounds. The team will now have to wait until Monday to find out their seed for the NCAA tournament. The Iowa State's men's basketball team is also in Kansas City for the Big 12 championship. The 3-seed Cyclones play the 6-seeded Texas Longhorns tonight at 8:30 at the Sprint Center. The Cyclones split the season series with Texas. Iowa State fell 77-71 down in Austin, but the Cyclones protected their home court in Ames to start off the Big 12 season. Iowa State only fell twice at home this season, and the team has been playing great basketball down the stretch. If the Cyclones win tonight, they will play the winner of Oklahoma State and Missouri game tomorrow at 9. Last night was the first round of games down at the Big 12 tournament. Number 9 seed Texas A&M beat 8-seeded Oklahoma 62-53 last night and are currently playing a quarterfinal game against Kansas. 7th-seeded Oklahoma State also took down 10th-seeded Texas Tech 76-60. The Cowboys will play number 2 Missouri tonight at 6. And finally, number 4 Baylor and number 5 Kansas State battled it out earlier today. Baylor was able to run away with the game, winning 82-74. The Bears were led by Perry Jones III, who scored a game high of 31 points. The Iowa State hockey season ended on Saturday. The team started the season in a rebuilding mode, but the young talent pulled through. The team was ranked 8th when they reached the American Collegiate Hockey Association National Tournament last weekend. Despite the strong regular season, the Cyclones were defeated by Oklahoma in the second round. Finishing 11th in the tournament, head coach Al Murdoch said, quote, "You'd always like to end the season on a winning note, but there's only one team in the nation who can do that, and that's the national champion," end quote. The Cyclones finished 28, 10, 1, and 4 on the season. And that's all I have for sports. I'm Jesse Kaler. Stay tuned. You're watching iState News.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome. I understand you need a little help with your mortgage. Want to avoid foreclosure. Smart move. Candy? Well, you know, you're in luck. We're experts in this sort of thing. Mortgage, rigmarole, whatnot.
Really?
Absolutely. And we guarantee results, you know, for a small fee, of course. Such are the benefits of having a professional on your side. Why don't we get a contract? Who wants a contract?
Here you go, Pete.
Thanks, Betty.
Write a toner.
Sign it. Come on, sign it. Families around the country, every single day, saving homes.
We will talk it over with.
If you're facing foreclosure, make sure you're talking to the right people. Speak with HUD-approved housing counselors free of charge at 888-995-HOPE.
Have you ever debated whether to wear cowboy boots or sneakers? Now you won't have to choose. Adidas has created a cowboy boot and sneaker hybrid. Adidas said the boot offers maximum traction and will, quote, get you rodeo ready with the hybrid cowboy boot meets basketball trainer style, end quote.
Looking for a new way to relax after a busy college day? Then you might want to take advice from this Ohio University student. Senior Kevin Lanahan installed a hot tub in his dorm room. Lanahan said he is a marathon runner and that the hot tub helps him relax his muscles. Ohio University is in the process of asking Lanahan to remove the hot tub for health and safety issues.
Debbie McIntosh was in an evacuated Kentucky hospital when a tornado was tearing through her town and destroying her home, but she wasn't concerned. McIntosh stood beside her pregnant daughter, who was delivering her soon-to-be grandson, Aiden. McIntosh said, quote, he was perfect timing, end quote. She went on to call her grandson a hero and was thankful everyone was where they were when the storm hit.
A 3-year-old girl was recovering Monday at the Legacy Emmanuel Hospital after doctors removed 37 magnets from her intestines. Peyton Bushnell's parents thought her symptoms resembled the flu, but when doctors took an x-ray, they found a cluster of buckyballs. The Oregon girl is currently listed in good condition following the operation. Buckyballs issued a statement Monday morning of remorse that reminded people that buckyballs and bucky cubes are for adults.
Dr. Bob Whitman preaches the right tools for getting enough sleep. Whitman is the director of the sleep disorders at the University of Kansas Hospital and says, quote, the majority of people need 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night, end quote. Some tips to feel less sleep deprived are to keep your bedtime and wake-up time consistent every day. Another necessity is to have your bedroom be cool and dark. The temperature should be 68 degrees and all LED or alarm clock lights should be out of sight.
Men, it might be time to shave that face. Psychologists Paul Vasey and Barnaby Dixon have found that women tend to be more attractive to men without beards. While the study might be cultural based, more than 200 women surveyed found clean-shaven men to be more attractive. On the upside, men with facial hair, the same women associated higher social status for men with beards compared to clean-shaven men.
Thanks for tuning in for this edition of iState News.
Catch us again on March 19th. Enjoy your spring break, Ames.